Hey everybody, it's Kevin Strange. We've got a killer show for you. In fact, we're doing Kev's Killer Ribs. You know where? Right here.
At the Rock N Roll Grille.
You got it. Kevin Strange. Welcome to the Rock N Roll Grille. As I mentioned, we're going to do Kev's Killer Ribs, and they're going to be awesome. You probably noticed there's nothing in front of me. There's a reason why. 90% of the work is done yesterday in the kitchen. So, let's get back in the DeLorean, go back to yesterday, and see exactly what I did. Hey everybody, welcome to yesterday. Welcome to the inside kitchen at the Rock N Roll Grille. We're doing Kev's Killer Ribs. Let me show you how we do all the prep work. We've got pork baby back ribs. Now, kind of a good thing and a bad thing. You need the marbling and the fat to make the meat taste good. But some of the other rib choices are really, really fatty. So this is actually a pretty healthy choice. So we're gonna go with this. And let me show you the first thing that we need to do. On this side, we've got all that great meat and all that great marbling. On this side, we've got that kind of silvery, sinewy skin. And one of the biggest mistakes that most people do is they don't take that off. So what you want to do is just kind of get your fingers underneath. Now I've tried everything. I've tried pliers, I've tried everything. This really is the best thing. Just try to get underneath. It all comes off really in one neat little sheet. And I'll show you why you want to take this off. Quite honestly, because I really don't think you want to eat this. It's kind of gross. So we'll take this off. Boom, that's gone. The other thing is, boiling the ribs, I really wouldn't recommend. It really doesn't get that sinew off, and it tends to make them really tough. So, and the third thing is, don't freeze them as well. If you can get nice fresh ribs, like from Von Hansen's Meats on Alma School and Chandler, that's where these came from. So we've got these. Let me show you how to mix this up. This is very simple. We're gonna start with some honey mustard, about a cupful. Get that all out of there. Great. We've got a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, light soy sauce. Okay, we've got about 2 tablespoons of honey. You can use any kind of honey. Get that all in there. We've got 2 teaspoons of cumin. We've got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This is sounding really good already. And then this is only the most exotic ingredient we're going to use today. This is just an Asian chili sauce. You can find it in any grocery store in the Asian aisle. And it's spicy is definitely better. So we'll go ahead and put that in. Now you knew we'd have to do something with knives at the Rock N Roll Grille. So we'll go ahead and get some garlic going. Now you guys remember, you've seen the show before, how we get this to just jump out of the skin. Just give it a little bat, like that. The skin comes right off. We'll cut that heel off because it's not very tasty. And one more. I love that trick. Jumps out every time. get a good chop on that. Now already this whole kitchen is just filled with this gorgeous aroma. This smells so good. Okay, I'm thinking that is just about perfect. In goes the garlic. And last but not least, a little bit of rosemary that we picked right outside of the Rock N Roll Grill, out of the herb garden. And we'll go ahead and just pull that right off. Just strip it right down. That's good. I'll give that a quick dice. So I know everybody out there has a rib recipe. Everybody seems to have their own. This one, it's pretty incredible. I think you're really going to enjoy it. So will your friends and neighbors. Many a Super Bowl party has been done with these ribs. Go ahead and put that in. A little bit more. Okay, we're going to mix this up. Right now, the smell of the cinnamon and the garlic and the chili sauce, they're just made for each other. This is a great marriage. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is just spoon this in over the ribs. A little bit, a little bit. Cover them up. We'll turn them over and do the same thing. Now when I marinate my ribs, I like to have the meat side up because that's going to soak up more of the marinade than anything else. So we'll go ahead and do a little more there. Okay, I think that is just about perfect. Give my hands a little rinse here. Now we're going to go ahead and let that set up overnight, and those things are going to be great, and we're going to have killer ribs tomorrow. So I think that's just about perfect. I'm going to go ahead and take those outside. Okay, that was fun and a little bit weird, but that's okay. We've got our ribs. We've marinated a few of them. If you notice, I've got one that really doesn't have any marinade on it, and I've got a special guest that's going to come in, and he says he's got a pretty good rib recipe. We'll have to check on that. But right now, I got to go rock out with the band. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Cause you know it's true that we're having a plan. At the Rock N Roll Grille, if you get here fast, you'll be having a blast.
Okay, we are back. Now, if you've seen the show before, usually I bring somebody out of the wine cellar to taste the food at the end. But we've got kind of an unusual guest. In fact, he's the perfect guest to bring out of the wine cellar. So let's go back and see who's back there. Who's in my wine cellar? Hey, how you doing?
Doing great, Kev. Good to see
Great.
you.
This is my good friend Dennis Minchella from Pocapelli Winery.
Great to be here.
What'd you bring me today?
Oh, today I brought you some Chianti because I heard we were doing ribs.
Ooh, that's gonna work really nice. Okay, well, we'll hang on to this for a little bit
Absolutely.
later. So we've got Kev's Killer Ribs, and you've got yours that you're gonna show me. I don't know if it's gonna measure up to Kev's Killer Ribs.
You know, I'm going to do my best to try and do an imitation.
Okay, well, we'll see, huh? Okay. So without further ado, why don't you tell me about this killer Chianti sauce that I've heard so much about?
Absolutely. Here's what we're going to do. We try and keep stuff simple, so a little bit of slow cooking. And what I'm going to do is start out with a little bit of vinegar, white vinegar, not any kind of apple cider. Then Chianti, both same portions.
Pocapelli?
Of course, Cocopelli
Okay,
Chianti.
just checking.
Is there another kind?
No,
Okay,
not
I
on
wanted to
this
be
show.
sure.
No.
I just wanted to be sure. Now here I've got the secrets: mustard, hot chili glaze.
Ooh.
Okay, you gotta have a
wait.
little.
Oh, I thought you were
like
gonna put
that?
my face right in that.
No, I wouldn't do that to you
I'm glad.
because you're a friend. I can't
Thank you.
do that.
Thank you.
And then, of course, ketchup. And finally, not to save a little bit of step here, I mixed together a little bit of dry mustard, some sugar, pepper, and we're ready to go, and a little bit of chili powder.
How
Give
much
it a little
chili
bit of
powder
flavor.
do you put in?
It's about 1 teaspoon in a mix like this, and then 2 teaspoons of pepper, and just a little. Sugar's about 1/4 cup.
Okay.
So it gives a little bit of sweetness because we got a lot of heat.
Now, is this
inside.
really your grandmother's recipe?
No, this one is one of those where, you know, I just decided I had Chianti, I wanted to try something different, and this is kind of one of those that is just the bomb.
An A for creativity, wouldn't you say? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And now we got to reduce it.
I'm getting a little nervous. This looks really good.
Hey, you know what? I'm telling you, I'm here to compete.
Okay. Well, you did bring one today that's already been reduced down. So normally
Yep.
what would happen now is you'd reduce this down for...
A couple hours at low heat,
Okay.
but instead, through the magic of TV, we already have this ready to go.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? There's your piece of meat, which doesn't touch mine over here. Never the two shall touch. So why don't you go ahead and kind of slather that up. I've got mine that I've done already. Let's go over to the grill while Dennis is doing that. I've got my grill set up for indirect grilling. So that means I've got my burners on this side on full. I've got my rack over here and I have no heat. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and throw those in. Now I've already sprayed the rack down because otherwise it'll stick. Okay, so this will help you when you're done. So we'll go ahead, and hopefully I can do this without making too much of a mess. These right in. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, except you left me without a tong down below.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's what fingers.
Just a ride on the
that's
cycle.
what fingers are for.
Just a ride
you know?
on the Harley, and I'm all set.
Okay. And it goes right in. Now the rib rack really just holds them in place, holds them up. You can actually put them on the grill grate if you want to, but you can do more this way. So it's a lot neater too. So you done with this? Can I put this in there?
Absolutely
Okay.
ready to go on that
Good.
rack.
Even though my tongs have touched Kev's Killer Ribs.
It'll only enhance the flavor.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we've got that in. We're gonna get this up to about 400 degrees. Cooking time on this is about 1 hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half. So just kind of, I hate to say set it and forget it. It's more forget about it. We'll put it in, no big deal. Now look, I gotta go rock out with the band. So you reduce that sauce down and entertain the troops, and I gotta rock out. We'll see you.
Got you covered.
All right.
You guys hot tonight? We're feeling a little hot tonight. We'll get you guys blood pumping. This is definitely gonna be a good time for you guys to get moving on. We found the Rock N Roll Grille. We found the Rock N Roll Grille.
We are back, and this is the good part. Through the magic of television, the ribs are done. Now, normally it's about an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 minutes, but let's see what they look like. Ooh. I'd say they're looking pretty good.
I'm ready.
What's that word I use? Awesome.
Awesome.
Very cool. Well, you know what? Uncork that wine,
I'm working
and
on
I'm
it.
going to pull these things off, and I think a party's about to happen here. These are looking good, Dennis.
They smell incredible too.
You know, oddly enough, 2 of them look better than 1 of them. I don't know why that is. Okay. Not too shabby, guys? Huh? Folks at home, this smells so good right now. These guys can tell you. Okay. Well, we've uncorked the Chianti. Did it breathe properly?
I gave it 12 or 14 seconds.
Okay, good.
I don't stand on pretense.
Very cool. Well, normally we would cut these things up on camera and decide what's good and what's not, but I think we should have a little toast, a little Chianti, and we'll cut these up and enjoy.
Sounds great to me.
Dennis, thanks for being my guest.
Glad to be here.
Cocapelli
Jeff.
Winery, 2 locations, retailers all over the place.
All over.
Excellent.
Glad to be in the valley.
Thank
Glad
you.
to be on
From the
show.
Rock N Roll Grill. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Oh, hey, I wanted to ask you, do you have a recipe that you think is absolutely rockin'? Send it into our website. If we use it, maybe we can get you here for a live taping of the show. Remember though, it's gotta be easy, simple ingredients, and it's gotta be rockin'. We'll see you at the grill.